Alright, so I figured Wrath of the Lich King Classic is back, and that was my favourite expansion when I used to play World of Warcraft back in the day. So I figured, let's create a new character, let's fucking start from scratch and just enjoy the game that I used to love and spend so much time on when I was in high school. Probably shouldn't have spent as much time on this game as I did back then. I should have stuck to my studies, but nevertheless, I've still gotten somewhere in life, so we're going back to WoW. We're going back to where it started. So let's start a new character, shall we? Let's just make a brand new one. I always played Alliance. That was my thing. A few of my friends played Horde, but I don't know. I just like playing the good guys. I don't know. Sue me. I like to play the good guys. So let's do... What should we play? I do really enjoy playing healers in WoW. Like, I do enjoy that. I really enjoy playing DPS. Tank is great, but I'm just not good at it. So I think I'm going to stick to a healing class, or healing DPS is generally pretty good. I mean, I could play a Draenei. What can we play? Has Night Elf got any sort of healing? Yeah, there's Priest. I guess Night Elf, Priest. Maybe Gnome? Nah, I don't want to play Gnome. What about Dwarf? What's Dwarf got? Dwarf, Priest. I guess Human can fucking do anything, really. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just go. Let's just fucking do Human. Let's just be Human. And we're going to start with our fucking name. Is Ichabod taken? We're about to find out. Let's see. Skin color. I am relatively fair-skinned. I'm sort of olive-tinged, being a Turk. Oh, no. I am not a woman. Alright, let's do so. Oh god, these face options are fucked. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's give me a cool hairstyle. If there's one thing they never fixed in WoW, was just adding cooler fucking hairstyles. There's literally like 6 options, and that's all you get. And they're all pretty shit. Let's see. Fuck, these are terrible. Alright. Oh, actually, hang on. They have added some. Hang on. That's new. That's definitely a new haircut, and it's fucking shit. Oh, that is not a Super Saiyan. Nope. Oh, that's kind of alright. That's like a Blood Elf hairstyle. That's alright. I don't have long hair like that in real life, though. Or like that. Oh, I'm not bald. You know what? That's kind of alright. I'm kind of into that. Let's go with a hair color. Let's go with a sort of darkish... Yeah, I think a brown is alright. Facial hair. Can I do... God, I don't want these massive eyebrows. What the fuck? I'm kind of beardy, I guess. Yeah, let's just go with that. Whatever. Is Ichabod free? Shit. Okay. We're gonna have to come up with a name here. Let's go with... What's some sort of fucking fantastical name? What's some sort of fantasy name that I can just come up with? Why don't we do something like Neela? No, that's just Neil. What about... let's go... What about like that? Varen. Is that taken? Woo! Let's go, baby. Alright. Entering the world. Now, the worst thing about this is going to be is that the majority of people are already going to be at the end game. So I think a lot of the leveling is going to be by myself, and unless they bring in Dungeon Finder really, really soon, obviously they've got like Group Finder and stuff available now because it's Lich King. Unless they bring in Dungeon Finder, I think it's going to be a little bit hard for me to move up the levels until I get to the end game, unless I get someone to boost me, that is. But we're going to try and get through as much as we can without boosting, and we're playing a healer. So let's cancel this cinematic because it's fucking boring as fuck. We are about to start. Alright, let's see. That's me. Let's do this fucking first quest. This one is a classic quest, a threat within. You just fucking go boom, talk to Willem. Talk to big fucking Willem. And now we go in here, we chat to this motherfucker, and he's going to tell us, hey, go and attack those goblins. Go and attack those fucking, whatever the fuck they're called. Where are we? There we are, kobolds. Go kill the kobolds. That's what I got to do. So what have I got? I've got Smite, and I've got Lesser Heal. Oh, hang on. I want to do some more quests while I'm there. Who's got the one for the wolf? Is that this guy? Egan? Egan? What's this guy got? Yeah, there we go. Speak to Pelt Skinner. Now, where are you, Pelt Skinner? He's going to make me kill these wolves. Get that pelt.
You need something?
Hey, let's go, baby. Yes. Alright, let's fuck him up. Let's fucking do it. Hey, get smarted, bitch. Oh, let's do it again. Alright, boom. Fuck him up. But yeah, this is my game back in the day, man. Like, I remember getting into World of Warcraft through a really interesting set of circumstances, a way that most people didn't. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people actually got into WoW like this when they were younger. I saw the Make Love Not Warcraft, or Make War Not Warcraft episode of South Park, where the South Park gang all get into World of Warcraft and they end up having to fight this dude who is like got no life, and he's basically gotten so far in the game that he's able to like bypass security measures and all this shit, and the entire world, like all the staff at Blizzard are like, this is gonna be the end of the world of Warcraft and all this shit. It's fucking funny, man. And like the adults start playing WoW, and like Stan's dad plays WoW, but he's fucking shit at the game. So funny. But yeah, that's what got me into WoW. And I actually started playing it through probably like the free trial or whatever. You could play it for like a week or some shit, like full game for the whole week if you obviously, or maybe it was like till level 10. I think it might have been till level 10. And yeah, I convinced my friend at the time, Sam, to start playing it with me, and we just got hooked, man. We got so fucking hooked on this game. And then we got his older brother into it, and then obviously his older brother, I think, was in like year 10 or year 11 at the time. So he got lots of like free periods in high school. So it was like, when you're doing VCE in Australia, if you don't have a class or something and it happens to be, the last class of the day, you could just go home. That's how it worked. I'm sure it works like that elsewhere as well. He got really far ahead compared to us. So I remember he got to level 30, and this was back when obviously it was a lot harder to climb in World of Warcraft, because again, Dungeon Finder didn't exist. It was still like just Group Finder. And man, he got to level 30 and he saved up enough gold to get a mount. And to us, man, we were like, fuck, how did you get so much gold? We need some money. So he'd like fucking pass off a little bit of money to us so that we could get a mount when we hit level 30. And we do like raids and shit and dungeons. It was a fucking good time. I spent a lot of my time over summer holidays just playing WoW, just straight up playing WoW. And yeah, it was a good time, man. I had a lot of fun. But then obviously we stopped playing after a while. I kept playing, I think, for maybe a couple of years after that. But at the time, when you're in high school and you have to pay for a subscription-based game, if your parents decide to not pay for it anymore and you don't have a job, you're under the minimum age to work, you stop playing. So for us, I think we stopped playing, both of us, maybe when we were like 14 or 15. I know I moved to another school, and so did Sam as well. We both ended up going to CEDAR, which is like a sports school here in Australia. Yeah, we just stopped playing WoW. I kind of went through a period where I wasn't really playing very many games at that age. It was like, I think maybe like 16 to 18, I really stopped playing games, which is crazy to think about now, because I think back and it feels like all I did was play games back then, but I play more games now than I did back when I was younger. And that's just because, I'm an adult now, so I can do what I want. If I want to play games, I'll fucking play games. And, but yeah, so it was a good time, man. So I figured I tried playing World of Warcraft Classic when that first came out a couple of years ago, and I played that again by myself. I ended up getting into a really fun guild, where there was a guy who, he started up this guild, and he pretty much turned running the guild into his day job. Like, this dude was online fucking all the time. And he eventually burned himself out on the game, which is really disappointing, because he was playing, I think he was playing like, he had to have been playing like 16 hours a day, and every day. So he was really, really blasting through the levels, but he'd managed to start the guild at such a time where there was still a lot of people who had just come to the game. So the problem you have now is WoW isn't, I don't think, bringing in as many new players. So a lot of people were like, holy shit, World of Warcraft Classic, I never played it when I was younger, I never got the chance to. Now I'm older, I have the chance to, I have a better computer, I can pay for it, blah, blah, blah. One day we all logged in and he was gone and the guild was gone. He just decided to completely just delete everything. You know, he was saying stuff like, oh, I've found another guild for us to link up with, and we're going to do endgame raids, and we're going to get everybody up in levels, and it's going to be really, really fun, and all this. I'm like, dude, I'm fucking on board. I love it. You know, none of my friends play WoW. And so it was nice, you know. You'd come online, you'd play for a couple of hours. There'd be heaps of people from the guild online, all really similar levels as well. So we were able to do stuff together. We were able to go do dungeons. We were able to do fucking shitloads of stuff and get through the game all together. Because at this point, I think Classic had been out for maybe a year when, you know, I joined up with this dude's guild. And, you know, there was a lot of people who had started playing Classic again on day one. And of course, they were all at the end game. They had all found guilds and they were doing their raids. So it was nice to find a guild that, you know, still catered to people who were lower level and people who were learning the game. But yeah, it was a unfortunate day where that fella just decided to delete fucking World of Warcraft, because it was crazy, man. You would come online and he'd be there. He'd go offline for a couple of hours, like maybe sleep, and then come straight back on and start leveling again. And he just went so hard so early. And I have a feeling that this guy either had never played WoW before or just had a super addictive personality, like didn't know how to turn stuff off. And that's really unfortunate because, you know, WoW doesn't need to be a super involved game. You know, like you can just come online, play for an hour, do a few quests, fucking kill some kobolds here, maybe do a dungeon, maybe just do some crafting. Like, you can do whatever you want. It doesn't need to be, holy shit, I gotta get to the end, holy shit, I gotta do this. Like, there's lots of different ways to play this game. And I like this one because I can just kind of like turn my brain off for a little bit and just enjoy myself. Because obviously I play League, and that is a bit of a that is a bit of a chore sometimes, that game. Because you get sick of the competitiveness, I think, especially with League, and then you want to go just play normal games where, you know, the competitiveness is not supposed to be there, but you still get people who just take the game so seriously, and it stops being fun, you know, it becomes a massive, massive chore. So that's why WoW is great, and this is why I like playing games on my consoles as well. It's why I have like a PS5 and Xbox Series X as well, because the console gaming is so much less stressful than playing League. Like, I've never played a game as stressful as League in my life. It is a fucking nightmare of a game, honest to God. And if you're ever considering playing League, don't do it. There's one piece of advice I can give to anybody watching this. Play WoW instead of playing League, because guaranteed you will really enjoy League, especially if you've got friends who play. Like, if you can just play with your friends, play normal games, play ARAMs, do that sort of stuff, you'll enjoy League. Like, it's fun. As soon as you get sucked into playing ranked and, you know, trying to get up the ladder and playing by yourself, that's when, I guess, problems start to arise with League of Legends, because the culture and the community are so fucking toxic, man. It is bad, especially because it's so quick to type. So back in the day, you know, you'd play Call of Duty and you'd be in the pre-game lobby and someone would be like, oh, fuck your mum, or, you know, dropping the fucking N-word or screeching in the lobby or whatever, and, you know, you just mute them. And it didn't matter. Like, you didn't really need to work as a team in those sorts of games. You know, you could just run around, you could shoot people, you could hide and camp, do whatever you want. But with League, you really need proper communication with your team so that, you know, you guys can win the game. And that's the downfall of League, because you can just hit enter, straight away type a bunch of shit. Now, you can mute people. Of course you can mute people, but that almost makes the game a little bit harder because, you know, you need to telegraph what you're going to do. You need to let your team know, you know, your plans, essentially. Like, you know, oh, I'm going to go in here, or, oh, I need to, like, you know, retreat or attack or anything like this. And if you can't communicate that with your team, you're already at a disadvantage. But some of the heinous shit that you see written in League of Legends, it fucking does your head in, mate. It makes you really not want to play the game. That is a little bit of a spiel. That's why I'm back to playing a little bit of WoW. Obviously, I'll still play League. I can't not play League. But I think I'm going to really veer away from playing ranked anymore. It's just not worth it, you know. And the fucking rewards that you get now are fucking terrible. I remember back in the day, man, like finishing above gold, like gold or above, used to be such a big deal. Like, fucking good job, man, well done. Like, you know, you got to gold, like that's awesome. That's a pretty good benchmark to get to. Now it's like, bro, even gold is just shit. Platinum is shit. Everything that's below challenger is fucking terrible. But everybody thinks they're better than everybody else. Oh, it's never my fault that I played really badly. It's always somebody else's fault. And it's just gotten so toxic, man. It goes from being a really fun game. And the thing is, you can even play, say, ARAM. There's people who even take ARAM so fucking seriously that you just go, dude, do you, honest to God, not have a life? You know, is this game really your life? And for those people, I feel really sorry. You know, if League of Legends has gotten to the point where they care so much about, you know, winning and losing that it's, you know, like life or death for them. That shit really sucks. So that's why I would recommend not playing that game. If I can give you any advice, it's don't play League of Legends. Going to be hopefully some WoW videos. Obviously, I'm going to make this sort of like a series, and I'm only going to play on this character while I film myself. That way you guys can come along with me and sort of enjoy the ride. And I don't know how often I'll play, I guess, this game. I want to play it more, of course, but it is very time consuming, World of Warcraft, and I do have, you know, stuff that I need to do, like spend time with my partner, go run errands, you know, work on my other projects that I have outside of gaming. You know, there's other stuff that I want to do. Yeah, fingers crossed we can turn this into a, you know, a fun experience for everybody. And yeah, we're not here to set the world on fire, of course. We are here to just have some fun. So now what we need to do, where's Millie? Millie's off in fucking Millie Vanilli land. We are gonna go, oh, she's over here. So let's go talk to Millie, and then we're gonna go do, I think we're gonna go do the Kobold Laborers, and then we'll go and kill Garrick. That's the plan. How about we find a guild? Any leveling guilds active on here? Smiley face.
How are you?
Oh, I'm not listed in the channel. Here we go. Click here to list yourself. Did that work? Group finder? I don't know. Did that work? Cool. Any leveling guilds on here for a returning player? Any leveling guilds on here? I think we've got some noobs. People. Ah, why is it not working? Click here to list yourself. I don't understand. Indicates that you are that you welcome new players and are willing to act as a... Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that. I want to be a healer and damage. Custom, I guess. Update. Cool. Let's do that. Alright, let's talk to Millie. What's Millie want me to do? She wants some fucking harvest. Let's go kill the kobolds first, though. So yeah, I've got a couple of things in the pipeline that I'm sort of working on outside of work as well. Just little things to sort of fill my time with, and different little projects to work on. I've got a Instagram that I've started up where I've been editing movie scenes that I really love, like stuff from my favorite movies. Just things that I think are, you know, a little bit underappreciated amongst, I guess, film fans, or stuff that people just haven't seen, really. Let's kill this guy. Is that the labourer? There he is. Stuff that people haven't seen, because there's so much film out there, man. And a lot of the film-related Instagrams that I find all share the exact same shit. Like, I swear to God, it's almost as if these guys have just created the Instagram and they go, there's one who actually posts content, and all of them then just go, all right, what's that guy posting? Let's copy him. Like, I reckon I saw from all of the accounts on the same day a post about The Wolf of Wall Street, and it was the exact same clip. Like, it was as if someone had posted the clip and then all the other film Instagrams took that clip off of that person and then reposted it as their own. And I just go, doesn't feel like you're actually doing it for the love of it. Oh, you know what? Maybe you love The Wolf of Wall Street. I don't fucking know. Maybe you do. But it just feels like they're all competing with each other, and there's no fun in that. You know, you shouldn't be doing something like that to compete with other people and try and, I guess, you know, cut someone else's grass. You know, you should be doing it because you love film. Like, show me what your favorite movies are. You know, show me a film that you think is underappreciated. Show me a scene from a film that fucking made you cry, you know, or show me a scene that made you laugh. Show me anything, you know. Show me your favorite fucking horror movie. Show me your favorite action scene. I don't know. Like, anything. Like, what's your favorite movie from when you were a kid? All this sort of stuff. Like, the film Instagrams that I look at and the ones who I just kind of check up on to see what they're doing, it's all the same shit, man. It's all the fucking same shit. It's like Wolf of Wall Street, or it's like, okay, fucking, it's about Tom Hardy. Like, bro, I like Tom Hardy as much as the next guy, you know? Who doesn't love Tom Hardy? He's great. You are all posting about the same person. This is fucking boring. So that's what I'm doing with that one. And yeah, hopefully I can make something of that. But again, like I said, I literally am just doing that for fun. I like to share film. I like to share that sort of stuff. It's kind of part of the reason why I do the movie reviews, because I just love to watch movies and I love to talk. So why wouldn't I just mix the two things and do that? You know, it sounds like a pretty fucking good idea to me. That's one thing that I've been working on. Then obviously I've got, you know, an Instagram for my local area where, you know, I post, you know, food, and it's essentially like a travel, I guess you'd call it, like similar to like a travel blog for a local area here in Melbourne. It's the suburb I live in called Yarraville. And yeah, I kind of do that outside of work. I do run something similar for work in regards to, I guess, the area that our business is located in, which is in Preston. That one seems to be doing really quite well. That, of course, is something that I do in work. You know, that's something that I do and get paid to do as part of my job. Like, I do, since I'm a marketing manager, I do, you know, a lot of boring marketing stuff, but that's, you know, that's normal. Like, boring marketing stuff is very normal. I get to do a lot of fun stuff, thankfully, in my job. I get to do a lot of social media work. I get to do a lot of copywriting. Like, I'm a, you know, creative writing graduate. Like, that's my specialty, is writing. And I'm really, really lucky that in my job, I get to do a lot of writing, which is great because I fucking love that shit. And if it means I get paid to do writing, it's almost like being an author, you know, in a way. I guess it's not as creative as, you know, writing a novel and getting paid for a novel or anything. But hey, sometimes you just got to take what you can get. And I'm pretty lucky, you know, I'm still doing something that I really, really enjoy. A lot of people don't get to do that in their work. So that's, that's what I've been working on. So I'll be doing these gaming videos, still doing the movie reviews, of course, when something comes out that I get the chance to watch. There are a lot of movies that I haven't watched in a while that are just in the backlog, you know, in the backlog of stuff waiting to be watched that I just haven't gotten around to. And, you know, it's a little bit disappointing. I did actually try and watch Blonde, the Marilyn Monroe movie with Anna de Armas. I tried to watch that with my missus, and we were like, what the fuck is going on in this film? It was just like a drug trip, an absolute drug trip, that film. It felt like the movie wasn't doing what it thought it was doing. I read a lot of interviews with the director of the film. I don't know his name. And this is obviously stuff that showed up, you know, on Twitter and in trending topics and stuff. And on Instagram, of course, people quoted him and things like this. And he was saying that he wanted to, you know, delve into the mindset of Marilyn Monroe during her time and during this sort of timeline where all the scenes are taking place. Now, that's fine, but it really didn't feel like that. You know, within the first 5 minutes of the film, there's a rape scene. And relatively graphic for a Netflix film. Obviously, you know, you don't see dick going in, but it's a pretty lengthy shot on, you know, Anna's face. And, you know, you hear stuff and, you know, she's crying and all this stuff. Very hard to watch. But this guy is like, oh, no. Like, I created this film, you know, to give you a sense of what Marilyn Monroe's mindset would have been. And it's like, mate, this thing is taken from a book that is mostly a work of fiction to begin with, from my understanding. The book itself that this guy took the story from to turn into a movie, mostly fiction, which is crazy to me. And I go, how is this a film? Like, I understand that you can have, you know, art and you can have stuff that is, what's the word? Like, you can have fiction. Of course you can have fiction. Like, there's nothing wrong with fiction. Fiction's my favorite type of thing to read. I don't really like non-fiction. But all the shots are like legit, just, it felt like an excuse for the director to get Ana de Armas fucking naked to just film her because of some like wet dream that he had where he's like, oh fuck, I need to somehow see Ana de Armas naked. How can I do that? That's what it really felt like. And when you find out the story itself is not entirely non-fiction, you kind of go, well, what was the point of this film? Was this genuinely required? Did we really need to see this? There's been movies with Marilyn Monroe's life, there's been documentaries, there's been all that sort of stuff. And to take, you know, a celebrity or a woman who was beloved by so many, like so many people love Marilyn Monroe, you know, not just because she was gorgeous, not just because of that. There's a lot of people who just loved the work that she did, you know, people who loved her as an actress. Of course, there was a lot of people who only thought of her as an object, and that's not something that I'm saying didn't happen. You know, for this director to come out and be like, oh, it was an exploration of her mental state, and the camera is literally just on her bare chest for fucking 5 minutes, or it's a scene of Marilyn getting raped, or it's a scene of Marilyn getting double teamed by fucking 2 blokes, and you're just like, mate, you gotta wake up to yourself, you know? You can't just say that is that and then go the complete opposite direction with your actions. It doesn't make any sense. So that movie was pretty disappointing, if you can tell by my long rant about Blonde. That movie was a bit of a disappointment. But yeah, hopefully there's a couple of good things that are going to come out on Netflix soon. I mean, Netflix has kind of dropped the ball a little bit in recent times. The international films that they've put out have been alright, but overall they've been kind of shit. Like, since the new streaming services have all come out, they're bringing in sort of like quality. You know, it's obviously to convince people to sign up with their platform, because that's essentially what Netflix did. You know, Netflix at the start was awesome. Now, it was obviously the only thing that existed at the time, but there was still some really good movies, man. Early days on fucking Netflix, man. Like, when I saw Circle on Netflix when that came out, I think that got like a wide release on Netflix when that came out. I was fucking blown away. I was like, this movie is brilliant. Super low budget, great fucking concept. And I was just like, oh, this is awesome. Is this the kind of stuff that I'm going to see on Netflix all the time?
Be careful.
And now Netflix is really, really hit or miss. You know, you aren't going to get as many good ones. You aren't really getting the greatest shows anymore either. Like, they have their big flagship, big popular shows that are always going to be, you know, watched, like your Stranger Things and Fucking what else? I can't even think of anything other than Stranger Things, honestly. Although Dark was really good. Dark was awesome. Oh, here we go. What's this guy saying? Now recruiting for blah blah blah. We are looking for blah blah blah. Nope. Okay. I need some people to bring me into the leveling guild. That's what I'm looking for. Leveling guild. But yeah, the most recent stuff that I actually watched that I really enjoyed. I really liked Prey, man. I watched Prey on Disney Plus. Obviously here in Australia it's on Disney Plus, but in America I guess it's on Hulu. But yeah, the one that I really enjoyed was Prey, the Predator prequel. That was sick, you know, getting to see someone come up against a predator and not have, you know, guns and all this sorts of stuff. Like, that was a fucking sick movie. That wasn't on Netflix. That was a Hulu original. And then there was another good one that I really liked, actually. But yeah, hopefully we get some better quality stuff out soon, and I'll actually be able to find more and more time to watch the stuff that I want to watch and get some more videos out. But in this meantime, we are going to play more games and make more gaming videos because I enjoy doing that. So that is what I'm going to do. And in the meantime, you guys will get to come along for the ride and just kind of like find out what's going on with me, what I'm up to, and what I plan to do moving forward. Is there any shit that I can learn here? Nope. Alright, what does this guy want me to do? See, I'm doing a lot of these quests without even looking at the thing because I've done them so many times when I was younger. So if I'm not sticking on the quest information, I am sorry. It's just because I know where to go and what to do because I've done it a million times. Alright, so this dude wants me to go Fargo Deep, heal and fortify guard Roberts. He is over there. Let's just go to, are they all the same? Yeah, alright, cool. Let's go do this. I should really go to, what was this guy? Deadly Sins. That's a terrible name for a guild. Fucking terrible. Let's go do the Cobalt Mine. Let's clear this shit. Oh, alright. Okay, it's Forest Spider. Fuck off, dog. Cool. Yeah, there's quite a few things I actually need to catch up on as well. I haven't watched an episode of House of the Dragon. I'm really far behind on She-Hulk. Haven't watched any of The Rings of Power on Amazon. I have been watching Lord of the Rings before I go to bed for the last week and a bit. I've been enjoying watching Lord of the Rings. I watched Fellowship and I'm about halfway through Two Towers. And man, you forget sometimes how good those movies really were. You know, yes, some of the CG is not super fantastic, but like these movies came out in the early 2000s and they still hold up, man. Like, it's crazy to me how well made those films were. And they honestly should have just won all the awards. Should have won all the awards. How about if I hit this guy up? You taking low levels who have just gotten back into WoW. Let's see what this guy says. Oh man, I'm getting fucked on. Ah, get off me, dog. Let's try and heal up and not die. There we go. Give this dude a big smiley face. Thanks, guys. Ooh woo. Alright. This could be cool. So we've got ourselves a little guild. This dude's saying that everyone's come back because of Lich King. That's what all these people have decided to come back for. Let's get rid of this. How do I turn my listing off? Delist. Let's get out of there. Let's have a look at this guild, shall we? Guild. how many people are in this guild? Not too many. I guess I'm the lowest level now. But we don't mind that. We don't mind that. Sometimes, you know, you just gotta start with any guild that you find, and then you work your way up. As long as there's people online for me to chat to, like, I just like to see the green text, you know, down here. Makes me feel like I'm not playing this game by myself sometimes, because you know, people in your guilds, obviously, it's just like a group chat, you know. It's like chatting to a friend, or, you know, people who are into the same sort of thing as you. So let's clear this shit out. Let's clear this fucking mine out. Oop, didn't mean to zoom in like that. But yeah, the Lord of the Rings, man, so good, so good. One of my friends is an absolute diehard fucking Lord of the Rings fan. It's fucking dude's favorite movies. He was saying, I think a few months ago, that he got his missus to watch it for the first time because she'd never seen it. My missus hasn't seen it either, so I plan on getting her up to date on the Lord of the Rings, because, man, you think back and you go, how the fuck did Tolkien come up with this? Like, the dude created languages, like full fucking languages, and deep lore. I guess, you know, the other person who did that would be George R.R. Martin, but Tolkien, man, like, just the quality of the writing and just how thought out everything was to create those stories. You know, even The Hobbit, which I don't like the movie. I thought the movie was absolutely shit. Movies, I should say, I think were absolutely terrible. But the book, man, I love the book for The Hobbit. I remember reading that when I was younger. I was like overseas. I remember reading that book when I was younger. I was probably in Turkey visiting my family, and I had all the Lord of the Rings books. So I had like The Hobbit, and I had Fellowship, Two Towers, and Return of the King. And I just remember reading it and going, like, I exist in this world, you know, being able to, as a kid, I think I was like 10, I would have been like 9 or 10 when I was there and I had those books. You know, even me as a young kid who didn't have the greatest grasp on, like, vocabulary and understanding of words and such, even me back then, I was like, wow, you know, holy shit, like, this story is crazy. And I could put myself in the story, you know, I could imagine myself there next to the characters. Yeah, good shit, man. Fucking good shit. I should really do a video on Lord of the Rings one day, but that's gonna be a long video if I have to do that. I honestly don't even know where I'd start, and there's really nothing new that I'd probably be able to say other than, wow, how amazing is this set of stories? How amazing, you know, unbelievable sort of stuff that you go, like, this came out of someone's mind, you know, this is something that someone thought up. And that's, you know, part of the reason why I love writing so much and why it's a passion for me, is that, you know, you just get to create worlds, man. Even if it's just a short story, even if it's a poem, like, you get to create something that just has never existed before, you know, until your mind thought it up. You know, it might not be good, you know, or, you know, objectively it might not be very good. Your writing might not be the highest of quality. You might make lots of grammar errors, but just the idea itself of being able to create something. And I guess that's why, you know, you have like musicians and filmmakers and all this sort of stuff, artists, you know, it's just awesome to create something. And I think everybody has the potential to do so. You don't have to get a degree. You don't have to do anything like that. You just have to, you know, have fun. You just have to want to have fun and want to be creative. Not everybody has to be creative as well. You know, it's not for everybody. Some people might sit there and go, hey, Caesar, I don't fucking have a creative bone in my body. I honestly could not tell you. I could not come up with anything. And that's fine as well. You know, not everybody has massive amounts of creativity in them, but everybody does have a creative side. And I think if there's any way that you can figure out to kind of like nurture that and bring that out of yourself, then that's awesome, man. Like, for sure, you know, do your best. If it's coloring in, if it's fucking, like I said, poetry, if it's like drawing a stick figure, if it's taking a picture while you're out walking or something, you know, you're like, oh cool, that'd be a really cool photo, I'm gonna take that photo. Just do anything like that, man. Very, very rewarding. And you don't have to do it for anybody else. Just do it for yourself, you know? Do it because you want to enjoy life, you know? And I think little stuff like that is super, super helpful, which is, you know, part of the reason why I love writing so much, and it's why I made it part of, you know, who I am. It's part of me. So just a bit of advice for you people out there who might be watching this video, if there is anyone. I'm sure there's someone who might watch this. Probably my missus. She's probably gonna watch my video, so that'd be nice. That's advice with Caesar. It's got very, very real. This World of Warcraft experience got very real. But yeah, let's fucking get this quest done, and then I reckon we will have time to turn this off and go and play some PlayStation, I think. This is a nice little start. I think we'll end up at level 6 by the time we finish all this, and then I'll come back and I'll obviously start playing this again and playing on this character as well. I'll probably spend some time playing on my other characters as well, just trying to get them leveled up. I'm probably going to want to play this game more now that I'm kind of back onto it, but I might not necessarily want to be talking the whole time and you know, filming it. So I think I'll play it a little bit, also off camera. Not everything has to be on camera all the time. So there's a couple of movies coming out that I'm actually looking forward to. I think it might already be out. I really wanted to go and see Smile, the new horror movie. That looks really cool, and it's got a girl in it who used to be on this Australian soap called Neighbours. She played like, I can't even remember who she played. I think she played someone's sister. Like, I vaguely remember a character called Zeke, and I think she played his sister, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, I watched the ad for this movie, Smile, and she's you know, the girl who goes to the therapist at the start of the trailer, I assume start of the film as well, and she's the one who passes whatever the fucking sickness or the demon or the whatever. She's the one who passes it on to who, you know, the psychiatrist who becomes our main character for the film. So I really want to actually go and see that, and from little reviews and stuff that I've seen of it, people seem to be enjoying it, so that's really cool for her. I haven't seen her anywhere doing really anything. I think actually that she was in The Day After... No. Were those fucking movies called The Day After Tomorrow? Or like Tomorrow When the War Began? Tomorrow When the War Began. Those were also really, really great books. I'm pretty sure she played the main character Ali in that movie. I believe it was one movie that they ended up doing. They were going to do like all the books, and those books are really good too. Classic Australian novels, those ones. If you can ever find Tomorrow When the War Began anywhere where you are in the world, I highly, highly recommend checking that out. Am I going to be able to jump up there, please? Nope. Alright, we got to go around. But yeah, I saw her and I was like, wow, there's an actress that I haven't seen in ages and haven't thought about in so long. You know, sometimes you forget these people who are actors, and you know, you see them early days, and then nothing happens for them for like the next 10-15 years at all. Sometimes something never happens. Sometimes they get a gig within a couple of months of that. You look at like someone like Margot Robbie, who she was also on, I think she was on Neighbours. She was either on Neighbours or Home and Away. Both of them, they're pretty much the same fucking shit. And you know, you look at her and you go, wow, she was in Wolf of Wall Street, and all of a sudden her entire life has just changed. She's in so many movies now, and she's literally just come from being on a fucking Australian soap opera. That was what she did. And then I think there was a couple of years between her final episode on whatever one she was on and then doing Wolf of Wall Street. So it's really crazy, the life of an actor, you know. Very, very interesting how that sort of that career path can work out. It's interesting, you know. You look at someone like Chris Hemsworth, same sort of story. Dude was on Home and Away, was fucking loved on Home and Away. People loved seeing him on Home and Away, and then lo and behold, dude just becomes Thor and was plucked out of pretty much obscurity by Marvel Studios like 10 years ago or 12 years ago, however long that movie was when it came out. And now he's this huge star, you know. Everybody knows who Chris Hemsworth is. And yeah, it's cool to think about stuff like that. Actually, it's interesting. That's what I like to do. Anyway, we are going to end it here, friends. I'm going to hit sit, or what I will do is do sleep. Let's do sleep, and let's just go to sleep on the ground here. Good night, young friend. Good night, Vern. We're going to figure out how to say this name that I've that I've come up with. I might put it into a Google speech translator or some bullshit and just figure out how it's supposed to be said. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I will be back to play more WoW on this character, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.